move 2, and white's queen is already all the way out here. That is, the move order every 1200 gets wrong. At least, that's what it says on the tin. Here's the honest version. At the 400 rating level, white tries this about 1 game in 10. By 1000, that's already down to 1 in 50. Past 1800, it basically never happens again. So no, players rated 1200 are not out here sneaking their queen to h5 every other game. Not everyone, about 1 in 6, and what's wrong isn't the move, it's the order. 2 traps, 1 counterattack, let's go. 3 missions, 1, defend e5, 2, kick the queen, and 3, take the receipt. One instinct when a queen struts out at you, kick it, feels right. It's the wrong order, watch what that pawn move actually opens up. Check. And your own rook on h8 is suddenly in the queen's sights too, because your king has to move first. Gone. Because one pawn move looked like progress, a door left wide open. And no, the queen doesn't get trapped back for it. It just walks home, next move, no drama. There's no refund here, not on this one. The rook, it's just gone. So mission 1 is the boring rule that saves you, before you do anything clever, defend the pawn the queen is actually attacking. Knight c6 does it. d6 does it. Either one. The point isn't the move, it's the order. Guard e5 first. Everything else waits. Mission 1. Defend first. Now white adds a bishop pointed at f7. This is where the second trap hides, because the setup looks identical to a completely normal opening for one more move. Develop the knight like you would in any other game, and that's checkmate. Full stop. Not white's better. Checkmate. Your king actually does defend f7, it's just that it can't capture the queen there, because white's own bishop on c4 is already covering that exact square. The knight on f6 defends h5's old diagonal, not this one. The fix costs 1 move, yes, only 1, and it has to come first. Kick the queen now, once e5 is actually defended, and f7 stops being an open door. Only after that, develop the knight, and this time it's safe, because the queen already had to leave. Same knight move, both times. 1 move earlier, it's checkmate. 1 move later, it's just development. Mission 2 isn't play g6, it's defend, then kick, then develop, in that order every time. Mission 2, the same move, in the right order. White's queen has moved twice. It's not done. Here's the part that turns this from don't get checkmated into an actual plan. Every one of white's queen moves so far has been free. That ends. Third trip. This time it's eyeing b7. 1 more pawn to collect, 1 more excuse to keep the queen out instead of developing anything else. 1 knight move, 2 threats at once. The knight forks the queen and threatens c2, right next to white's own king. White hasn't even taken anything yet. But the position's already swung hard in black's favor. 3 trips out is finally due. Greed, 1 more time, and this is the one that actually breaks something. Take the pawn anyway, and knight takes c2, check forks the king and the rook on a 1. The queen just spent 4 moves shopping, and this fork is what cost white the queen. Decline instead, and it's still bad, just less catastrophically bad. Every retreat square actually tested here lands rough for white. The best of them still sitting around -3.6. Mission 3. When the queen keeps spending, take the receipt. One continuous game, start to finish, the missions in order, plus both wrong turns shown as branches, not 2 separate examples. Move 2, queen's already out. Mission 1 says, defend first. Not the only option. d6 and queen e7 both do the same job and both hold up fine, but knight c6 develops a piece while it defends, so it's the version worth teaching. Bishop joins the attack on f7. Mission 2's trap window is open right now. Kick first, because e5 is covered. Queen's second retreat. Now the knight develops safely, same square as the trap line, completely different result, because the order was right this time. Third trip. Eyeing b7 now. The fork. Mission 3, right on schedule. If white grabs the pawn anyway, the fork lands. King and rook, and the queen's 4-move shopping trip just cost white the queen outright. The careful version isn't much better. 4 trips for the same piece. and white still hasn't developed a single minor piece besides the bishop on move 3. Trace the queen's own path, and it tells the whole story: h5, f3, b3, a 4-4 moves, same piece, 0 pawns actually won, and a king that still hasn't castled, not because the right is gone, but because there was never a spare tempo to use it. Black spent those same 4 moves building a real position instead. So is this really the move order every 1200 gets wrong? Not every 1200, about 1 in 6, the same slice from the top. Small enough that most players never see it, big enough that it's worth knowing cold. Defend before you kick. Kick before you develop. And when the same piece keeps volunteering for one more errand instead of staying home and building an army, let it. Every trip is a receipt, and receipts come due. 3 videos in, and it's the same tax every time. Scandinavian, it was your queen recapturing too soon. Icelandic Gambit, it was a pawn on loan. Here, it's white's own queen, moonlighting as the whole army 4 moves running. Tempo doesn't care whose piece it is, it just collects. Chess, but you're cooked.